Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Mara stock, Riot stock, CLSK, all the Bitcoin miners. We're going to go over them real quick. Today, we did have some stocks green, but unfortunately, the miners have been pulling back today. And here is what I want to talk about mainly. The big one, Mara. We know it's very volatile, it can jump up, it can jump down. Dollars just overnight can just jump up and down dollars. So what I'm seeing here is a stock that bottomed out down here at 14. We know that's the bottom because if we switch to the weekly, look at that. Look at that bottom, guys. 14 under $15 is the big level there. The big problem here is if Riot, Mara, if these stocks pull back, if these stocks pull back here and Mara doesn't break out to $20, that's what we need to see here. We need to see Mara break out to $20. If it doesn't break out to $20, we're going to see it pull back. And we'll see a retest again of 16.15. And if that doesn't hold, if we break this level here, because this has held us up. This has held us. By the way, guys, this is the weekly chart. This has held us up since 2023 of December. It's been holding us up for nearly 5 months. Going on to 5 months, if we're being honest. And if you think about it, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, why would I buy up here? Up here is where we get a lot of selling pressure. Again, this is the weekly chart. Let me change that to red to indicate that is where we expect sellers to step in, and we get pushed down quite a lot, actually, from a high of 30s, low 30s to a low of 15. So that's, if you bought anywhere in the 30 range, you're already down 50%, which is not what you want. So always buy. Take a picture of this if you have to, but always buy down here at around $15 by our demand zone. That is the best place to buy. We did buy in on Riot because Riot's the same thing. All these miners have a similar pattern. In case you don't know that, let me just show you, because I know some of you are new to the channel. Not all of you. I know some of you have been here for a long time, but yeah, you see, it's the exact same thing. We bought Riot instead of whoa, come on, let's go. All right, there we go. Yeah, we bought Riot instead of Mara. Mara a little too volatile for me, but still a great opportunity regardless of what miner you want to purchase. Again, same thing, right? You see that? So as long as we hold this here, we are good. And I would look to buy the dip. I'm not gonna chase here because I'm just not. That doesn't make sense, right? Like, hey guys, let's chase this 20% plus run because we know how volatile those are. No. History tells us we buy in down here when it's nice and cheap, under $10 for Riot, and then we take 20% plus profit as it goes up. It's that simple. It really is. I love trading ranges. This is for all intents and purposes, this is a trading range. So all we have to do is just keep buying the dip. This is a powerful opportunity here. So Bitcoin itself is going to dictate how we move with miners. What else? I know some of you love CLSK. That one is, that one used to be like $4. Now it's at what? Yeah, it used to be so cheap down here. But again, same thing, right? You see the same pattern, trading range. It's in the trading range. So right now I wouldn't buy because we already moved. Yeah, I wouldn't buy right now. If anything, now's the time to sell because we are seeing a lot of selling pressure, even on bit farms. We're seeing selling pressure, not just across the markets, but also on miners more than anything. So my goal here and my game plan moving forward is to buy right under $10. Start accumulating Mara under 15 for the next run. Do not be afraid to buy in and accumulate around those levels. Speaking of Mara probably one of the best ones out of all of them because we switched to the just if we look at the numbers, let's just look at the numbers, guys. You see these numbers here? Q2 2022 total revenue has increased from 24.92 million, and we look at Q4 2023, 156.77 million. That is a mega increase from 24. For all intents and purposes, I'm going to round up from 25 million in quarter two 2022 to 156 million. Think about that for a second. And that's in just a little over a year. And we're talking, well, we're not talking cost of goods sold, but yeah, if you look at cost of goods sold, you're like, damn, they, that's quite the cost. But their total revenue has been increasing, and if we switch to the annual, again, massive increase from 2019, 1.19 million, to an increase of 387.51 million. Unfortunately, I'm going to assume they're not profitable because their cost of goods sold is pretty high. Their cost of goods sold is very high. Like, I don't think, yeah, their net income comes out to actually apparently, I don't know if I trust these numbers, but let's see if their net income, are they profitable? That would be shocking. I guess they have had two profitable quarters. Quarter 3 2023 and quarter 4 2023 have both been profitable. Huh. I was not expecting that. That is good to know. But yeah, on paper, if we look at the financials, total assets to liabilities, oh, whew, they have almost 2 billion in assets and 375 million in liabilities, which is, let's switch to the annual just to get a bigger look here. Yeah, they just have way more assets than liabilities, like way more. That's nice to see. Total debt, where's the total debt? That can be handled. Yeah, they're good. They are sitting pretty here with Mara, at least on the financials. Probably their cost of goods sold is seems to be like the biggest. That one's the biggest issue. The operating income. Non-operating income total. Where did they get these 300? Where did they get these 400? Unusual income less expense. That's what I'm wondering. I don't realize gain and losses. Is this from? I'm going to assume that's from holding Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin right now is it's worth so much more. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is what that means. Unrealized gains and losses. Yeah, so that's kind of why they're profitable because of that. Again, I'm assuming it's from holding Bitcoin at such a high price level. So we know that after look at Bitcoin dumping. So that's what I was gonna say. You need to keep an eye on Bitcoin itself. How is it moving? We did move quite a bit these past couple of days. Look at that. This move here caused miners to move as well, but now we're falling. Which is why I said yesterday, I did say this. If you're in my premium Discord, I mentioned this yesterday. Let me pull that up for you guys so you guys don't think I'm just blowing smoke, especially for the newer people. But I mentioned this yesterday. I'm like, you know what? Usually after halving, we have a little run up, but then we pull back, and then we have another run up. So we go up, down, and then we go up. Surprise, surprise, right? But that's knowing that we want to buy, sell, and then buy back in, and then sell again. So that's, I'm glad we're getting this pullback. I figured this would happen. That just happens to be the history of Bitcoin halving. And you can see here in the alerts room, I added 500 shares right here in pre-market at 9.75. This was on the 22nd, so a couple of days ago. And I mean, it went up to $12, so we made our money 20% plus. And yeah, so at this point, I went into the discussion room and I told, hey, I'm thinking we pull back here on Riot. So I sold in the 11s because I believe we will come back under 1050 for ads. We pump and then dump and then pump again. Feel free to continue to hold though. Obviously, don't sell when I sell. You can sell whenever you want. But I figured we would have a pullback at some point. That is why I sold. So, yeah, I mean, that's how it is, right? You buy, you sell, and you buy back in. That is the strategy. We're looking for right under 10, Mora at around 15. That is it for the video. If you're playing bit farms, you probably want to add under $2. Yeah, you probably want to add around 180. And clean spark, you would wait for, yeah, you would want to wait for under 17. Alright guys, hopefully this video is helpful in making your decision in terms of investments or trading. I'm more of a swing trader. If you want to join the premium Discord, you can definitely click on the link here. And if you are patient, because we swing trade and we are willing to buy nice and cheap and hold for weeks. In this case, it was a 2 day swing because, volatility. We knew it was going to pull back, and it is what it is. We made our money. That is it. See you guys. I have a lot of stocks to talk about. Man, today is bloody and interesting because we love buying cheap. I want everything cheap, and that is how everyone should behave. We want to be cheapskates.